Welcome back to Dr. Kieran's Math Hacks. Today we're going to talk about averages. This is a subject that was requested by the class I'm teaching right now. I teach a test prep class for the Army. There's a test called the ASVAB, which determines what people can do for a living. And the class I teach helps people get a higher score so they can get a better job. I was teaching a class and I showed them how to take an average, and they're like, why isn't there a math hack for this? So here it is. There was a company making cars, and they made 80 on one day, 77 on Tuesday, 84 on Wednesday, 78 on Thursday, and 86 on Friday. And the question was, what was the average number of cars? All right. The standard way is to add these up and divide by 5. But that's a lot more work than I want to do, okay? The idea behind an average is they're saying, okay, if we have all these numbers and we make them all the same thing, what would that number be? So let's put this aside for a minute and think about stacks of plates. Say we've got 3 stacks of plates. This one has 19, this one has 20, and this one has 21. Okay. If you wanted to make all these stacks the same size, you wouldn't put them all in one stack and count them and then divide by 3 and then do it. You would just take one off of this one and stick it on this one to make all the stacks 20. We do the same thing with this car problem. Okay, we take a number. Let's make all of them 80 and see what happens. Okay, 77, we need to have 3 of them. 78, we need to have 2, right? So let's take, that means 5. Let's make this 86 into 81 plus 2 plus 3, right? And 2 goes with this one. The 3 goes with this one, all right? So that gives us 80, 80, 84, 80, and 81. All right, now the average is going to be between the largest number and the smallest number, which means that since all of these are 80 something, the answer is going to be 80 something. And we only need to average these numbers here. So we total these up together, we get 5, we divide by 5, and we get 1. So our answer is 81. If we want proof of that, we can take 1 from here and put it here, 1 from here and put it there, 1 from here and put it there. And we get 81, 81, 81, 81, 81. And that's what a mean is looking for. Let's do another example. Let's look at 101.6, 102.3, 107.9, 99.9. All right. So let's make them all 100, which means that we just have to put one of them down here, right? So we'll change this to a 2.2, and that gives us 100, right? So now we know this is going to be 100 something. So we just have to average these numbers. So 8 and 9 is 17. 7, 10, 11. So 11, 17 divided by 4. Okay, that is 2 and 9 and 1/4. So our answer is 102.925. Let's look at 53.2, 51.6, 49.3, and 48.7. All right. This needs a 1.3. This needs a 0.7. So we need to take 2 out of something. Let's take the 2 out of here. All right, that gives us a 51.2, 51.6, 50, and 50. All right, so we know that the average is going to be 50 something. We add these up, we get 2.8. We're going to divide that by 4. So that's 0.7. So it's 50.7 is our average. $273, $281, $276, and $279. Okay. I want to make these as simple as possible. So what I'm going to look for is, how about 275? Right? We can't go to 280 because we're down quite a bit. So let's do 275. Okay? So this needs 2 of them. So let's take that out of here. Okay? That gives us 275, 281, 276, 277, right? Now we can subtract that 275 out and we get 0, 6, 1, and 2. All right? So 9 divided by 4 is 2 1/4. We had taken out 275, so we add in this 2 1/4, and we get an average of 277.25. Let's try a tricky one. 101, 97, 98, and 102. Let's say we want to make 100, right? Well, we've got 2 that are over here that we can add to this 97, right? That gives us 100, 100, 98, and 100. Okay? If we take 100 out, we've got 0, 0, minus 2, and 0. Minus 2 divided by 4 is minus 1/2. So our average here is 100 minus 1/2, which is 99.5. So let's look at the steps individually. When we look at some numbers, 123, 127, 125, and 126. When we look at some numbers, we can take out things that are the same. We can take out some value. In this case, let's take out 125. All right, we have minus 2, 2, 0, and 1. These add up to 1. Divide that 1 by 4, and we get 0.25. Add this 0.25 to the 125 we took out, 125, 0.25, and that's our answer. Now, whether we subtract something out or if we just rearrange the numbers, doesn't matter, it's the same thing. $99, $98, $102, and $105. The 2 goes here, the 1 goes here, and we get 100, 100, 100, and 104. Okay, we divide the 4 by 4 because we've got 4 numbers, and we get 101. All right, so whether we do it that way or Or take 100 out of each one. Minus 1, minus 2, plus 5. We still get that 4. Dividing it by 4 still gets the 1, and we still get an answer of 101. All right, so you can rearrange them, or you can just subtract the same number out. But either way, you deal with much smaller numbers, and it's much faster. I hope you found this as useful as my class did. If you found this video useful, consider subscribing or hitting the like button. I'll be posting another math hack next week.